Oh, and a key thing, when we were still dating, and it was getting serious, I went for some blood work, and they said, Kevin, you're anemic. And I'm thinking that's garbage, because eat red meat regularly. I'm pumping iron. I can't be anemic, and I'm a regular blood donor. But they said, all right, let's try a few tests. And when they couldn't figure out why I was anemic, they went for uh, uh,
Marrow.
a bone marrow biopsy. So they went into my hip, pulled some muscle tissue as well as some bone out, and within a less than a week, it was like, the doctor would like to see you, which is never a good thing. And they gave me this. You have this thing called Waldenstrom's macroglobulinemia, and you said it's a um, rare, incurable, but treatable cancer. And most people like me would just say rare, incurable. And how long have I got to live is what I was thinking, but I didn't say that out loud because Karen was there. And then I've heard the last words were treatable. And I said, what the heck does that mean?
Hmm.
So, not knowing that, I remember walking in a daze to pay for the parking at the hospital with Karen sniffling behind me. And we went home and I started looking things up. And the worst thing you could do is go to Wikipedia, because, you say, oh, I've only got 5 years to live. Well, no, that was, almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But you find out other websites and you do some research. But one of the things I said to Karen was, if you want out now, this is because we don't know where this is going to go. But she didn't take the easy way. She stuck with the idiot, and here we are.
Wow. Karen, can I ask you how that, this the same episode through your eyes and in your words?
Um,
Just in a new relationship, and suddenly you get to know that the guy you're seeing has cancer. We'd love to know what your process was.
I think initially you go through shock, kind of disbelief, but never anywhere was there any inkling to leave. And I think if you look at it, it's something that's actually brought us stronger, because it's no longer one, it's two facing it.
Yeah.
And I don't always see it as really negative. I think it's a bond, because you're in it together. And I think you can't focus on the negative, but you have to look at other people and how they've coped and dealt with it and found strength through them and how they deal. And that moves you forward. And there's no other place I'd be.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Then, did you find any changes in Kevin after the whole cancer treatment? Or has he been the same throughout?
Um, it's a tricky question, because it was quite a while from when he was initially diagnosed until he required treatment, because it's a type of cancer that's indolent, so it's very slow in progression. So until your body starts having symptoms, there isn't need for treatment.
It's one of those ones, hey, you've got a rare, incurable cancer, but we're not going to treat you now.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so I had to wait about 4 years before I needed treatment.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't the typical symptom for the disease, which is why they said, okay, it was my albumin levels, which is egg white, and it was falling off a cliff, and they said, okay, clearly you're not malnourished, but yeah, we're going to do all these tests, and said, Kevin, at the end of the month with all these tests and the results, it's not anything else. It's got to be your Waldenstroms. And I remember it was in the spring, and I said, okay, I said, I would like to go, I wanted to start the treatment right away, which they were, I think, hoping for. They gave the decision to me to go ahead or not. But I said, I'd rather do it in the summer. I can go for treatment in shorts and a t-shirt rather than in wintertime with boots and a parka and gloves in the freezing cold, and then go for treatment and come into a frozen car and go home. It was, so I was lucky that way. And by the second treatment, I noticed an improvement. I didn't realize how tired I was until the second treatment said, oh, I have energy again.
Wow.
And I think you cope because you look at this may be what we have to cope with, but I don't think there's a person out there that doesn't cope with something.
That's true.
And it may not be cancer. It may not even be a health-related issue, but there's everybody's got issues. You may not see them.